I'm Mike Bursov, CEO and co-founder at Cindicator. And today, I would like to talk about the future of crypto hedge funds. And I would like to share our thoughts and insights about this. And by the way, the latest insight that I will share today, we just achieved a couple weeks ago. And I think it will be the first time when we are publicly speaking about it. So 2017 was the rise of crypto hedge funds. Hundreds of funds were opened last year. And no doubt that the point of non-return was already gone. More and more capital will be coming to the market. Clear regulations will be completed, hopefully, and announced soon. And let's see what happened last year. So hedge funds invested in cryptocurrencies had a phenomenal result. So and the average performance 2012, and traditional hedge funds invested only in traditional assets and markets on average achieved only 8.7% in return. But on the one hand, last year, for traditional hedge funds was very successful. It was the best year in terms of return during last 4 years, since 2013. But on the other hand, hedge funds as a structure still lagged behind some market indexes, and often dramatically lagged. For example, S&P 500 achieved last year 21.8%. And let's talk about this number. So where hedge funds have a secret knowledge, or they generated some unique alpha to achieve these astronomical numbers. Of course, like traditional and crypto markets in terms of funds are very different. Different risks, liquidity, for example, the total capital under the management last year for hedge funds were approximately $3 trillion. But the total capitalization of the whole crypto market right now is less than $300 million. And of course, there is no strategic opportunity for investment diversification at the crypto market, so all crypto assets are very correlated. But even comparing with venture capital funds, this number, it's astronomical. But let's check. So actually, from my point of view, current hedge funds are not genius. And these gains in 2017 largely completed only for being long and hold. So actually, the average crypto funds performance was very close to the Bitcoin growth last year. And if we compare this performance with a very simple, like crypto S&P 500 index whole 10, it's an index which consists of top 10 crypto assets with a proportional balance depending on their volumes and capitalization. And this crypto S&P 500 was beat the average return of crypto funds. So there was no alpha, there was no any secret knowledge. It was just a long hold position in Bitcoin and maybe in some other assets. So, and what do you think? Will this year and next year will be the same as the last year? I think not, and the change are coming, and the changes already have happened. And so what we can see today. So after first 2 quarters in 2018, so the whole strategy achieved just minus 46% return, and I think it's officially the time is coming when whole strategy will not working ever as effective as they work last years. And so what will happen next years? And so Bloomberg already announced that this year dozens of crypto hedge funds were closed, and I think it's just the beginning. And I think the majority of current crypto hedge funds are not ready for these changes. And let's talk about what crypto hedge funds should prepare to be able compete even with a crypto S&P 500 index. So probably they should generate their own unique alpha to beat this index, as traditional hedge funds are doing every year. And I think maybe in this year, maybe in the next year, the situation in crypto hedge funds market will be the same as the situation in the traditional hedge funds market. So hedge funds will compete between each other. They will compete between crypto indexes, and we will not see those astronomical numbers. So they will compete for the each of return percent. And today I would like to share one of example how hedge funds could generate and implement the alpha to compete already in this year with indexes and with other professional hedge funds, because from my point of view, traditional hedge funds are already in the market, and they will come soon, and they will beat the majority of current crypto hedge funds, because they haven't got experience. Yes, just now they have a unique domain expertise, but it's not something super difficult. So firstly, if you're not familiar with Cindicator, very brief summary about our technology. So we have a platform where right now more than 100,000 financial analysts every day generate different financial forecasts about crypto assets and traditional assets pricing and the major market events. Then we use this data from the crowd and process through the ensemble of machine learning models to increase the final accuracy and the final value for our clients, hedge funds, venture funds, and individual traders. Right now, during the last few years, we generated more than 3 million unique forecasts, and we generated more than 10,000 unique indicators and sentiments for our customers. And we distribute all these products through our internal token economy. And right now, we have more than 6,000 active customers. And these traders, portfolio managers, are using our products on a daily basis. And also, we develop different approaches for the decision making and asset management. And right now, I would like to share the latest result, the latest insights that we just achieved. So in March, we started an experiment. We invited 45 traders. We choose it from 5,000 traders from all our clients' base. And these traders get access to all our indicators and sentiments, and their goal was to compete between all our participants and achieve the best return by using only our alpha, by using only our data and indicators. So during 8 weeks, they executed more than 1,000 trades. All of them used different trading strategies by implementing our indicators. And what we achieved during this March, April, and the first half of May. So the average performance of this micro crowd forecasting fund was 21.54%, and so this performance beat the whole 10 strategy, they beat BTC, and it's very important in these cases to measure the result not only in USD but also in BTC to exclude the fiat crypto rate fluctuations. So what next? So actually we launched a very interesting way, it's a decentralized and centralized way how we connect a new model of fund. So why it's decentralized? Because all of these traders are professional and non-professional. They cannot share their strategies with other participants. All of them has a unique approach how to analyze market, how to make the final decision. And why it's centralized? Because we connected in one single group, and they also had a group motivation, because we create a special price system, and each of these traders had a revenue share from the total performance of all simulated fund. And what next? So we strongly believe in this approach. It's also a gig economy approach when you can connect thousands of traders, thousands of analysts, of data scientists in one single ecosystem, and all these participants will invest their type of intelligence to achieve the individual and group goals. In case of this case, decentralized symbiotic fund, the goal is to create and compete with traditional funds and make money by using more effective approach of capital management. So we already started the next level of this experiment. We chose the top 20 traders from the first round and united them in 5 single centralized group without a centralized center. And actually, it looks like a competition between 5 different funds. And we already launched it. We will be ready to share results, I think, in next 1 or 2 months. And it's just one example how companies, how funds can try to prepare for the hard times when hold is already not working, when traditional big players will come to this market, and the alpha will be the key factor for this market. Thank you, guys.